So let's talk a little bit more about customer interactions. So I think what you're saying is that first interaction is when they land on your homepage or whatever page is indexed that they happen to find of yours. But then where does emotion fit into customer online interactions from that point going forward?
So it's about creating this idea of trust, right? So again, do you have what I am looking for? Is it in the location that I'm looking for? Kind of some initial questions. Can I find that information quickly? Because I'm only going to look so hard. You may have exactly what I want, but if I have to work too hard to find it and
Yeah.
answer that question, then I move on, right? Trust gets into things like design quality, right? Have you ever eliminated a website because it's ugly? Of course you have.
Sure.
It may not
Yeah.
even be conscious,
Slow
right?
loading,
Yeah,
bad pictures. Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely, right? Just that frustration again of I can't find what I'm looking for, and it's like, gosh, these guys build beautiful homes, but this website looks like it was done by a third grader. It's like that turns me off, right? It's we judge people based on and companies based on these design ideas. So again, trust is really that idea, avoiding that frustration. And then if you look, Rick, at some of the things that Zillow did a study a couple of years ago where they talked about how many people consider new construction but end up buying resales instead. And it's just this huge number. I think it was somewhere in the 65% consider new home construction, only 9% actually end up buying new construction. One of the big challenges is understanding the process, confusion, uncertainty about what happens next, right? When there's this resale home, it's like, it's a home, it's here, I know exactly what it is, and I'm comfortable. I've lived in one potentially somewhere in my life, so I know what I'm getting, type of thing. Whereas with new construction, there's a lot more uncertainty. So again, the website can help overcome that with more transparency, more information, more guidance of what happens next. Where do I go? We can't assume our buyers understand this. We do this every day as
Yeah.
builders and builder
Right.
marketers. We understand, but our buyers, this is like once or twice in a lifetime
Yeah.
that they
Well,
go through this process.
what I hear you saying, Greg, is that there fear the unknown.
Yeah.
With these people, because resale, the reason resale is more easy is because I can walk through the house, I can see the
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood, I know what amenities are there. There's a price right in front of me. It's like all those unknowns are removed, and of course, realtors are the same way. Realtors also gravitate towards resale because they understand resale. You say resale, I always call it used
Yeah. Yes.
houses.
Sure.
Toenails in the carpet,
Yeah.
used houses.
Dude.
So yeah, so but they gravitate towards because the unknowns have been removed. So I think I caught you saying a couple of things. They want to know, number one, location. Do build where they're considering, and I think you also said something about have what what they're looking for. So maybe the type of homes.
Mhm.
I remember I had a conversation once years ago with a custom builder, and I said, you don't have any floor plans on your website. He goes, and his response was, well, if I put my floor plans on my website, I'm worried that people will steal them and my competitors will take my buyers. And I know I see you smiling here too. And to which I said to him, I said, look, you are, by not being transparent, by essentially saying, this is my intellectual property and I'm not going to put that out there, you're going to eliminate a lot more people because they cannot find what they're looking for on your site than you will ever lose to your competitors. What do you think of that thought?
I absolutely agree, Rick. People want information. And that's why they're on the website in the first place, right? They're looking for information. We have to provide it to them. We have to
Yep.
give them what they're looking for, and let them move down that journey, if you will, that buyer journey, that buyer process. And when they're ready to talk to us, they'll talk to us. And the one who's been transparent in today's world, especially with the demographic that's grown up with the internet in their pocket, they expect information at the snap of a finger, right? And if you don't provide it, they're moving
24/7,
on. Yeah.
24/7, they want that
Yeah.
information.
They're moving on.
So let's I guess paint the picture here. I'm a prospective home buyer. And I think statistically also, you said most people look at new construction. Zillow said like 65%. I think the younger the demographic, even that grows a little bit more. I think the vast majority of first-time home buyers out there today would prefer a new home versus a used house. So let's just say, as a builder, I show up and I have a nice website. It's got pretty colors. It's got the information on it. So what's the immediate goal? So I'm a prospective buyer. I land on this site. What's my immediate goal?
So my next step in that whole thing is, if I see what I'm looking for, then you need to guide me through in what you want me to do next. Right.
Okay.
And, you know, sometimes in the marketing world, we call this call to action,
Mhm.
right? You know, it's this idea of, don't assume that they know what to do next, right? And that's as simple as the big button that says request information or call now or,
Mhm.
you know, come visit or schedule an appointment, all these different types of action invitations that you can put on the website. But it's all about getting the contact information now so that you can start to have a conversation, and can start that process of engaging. Now, of course, we're moving more and more to that engagement happening on the website itself too, with a chat type of a feature, with an online sales counselor type of role that's becoming really even more critical than it used to be. So sometimes, you know, traditionally it was all like, okay, they're gonna send us an email, they're gonna, you know, type in, fill out a form, and then tomorrow or the next day or whatever, we'll get back to them and schedule an appointment. Whatever. No, they're in the moment, right? If we
Yeah.
can get them that information fast and get those answers to them quickly, that keeps them moving, keeps that process.